Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Steven. I'm joined today by Anthony.
Hey, everyone.
And Hayden.
Hey, I'm back. Hi.
He's back. Yet again. But today, for a very important reason. We have something very important to talk about, and that is our 2021 predictions for Nintendo for next year. So I thought we would go around and take our individual turns predicting one thing, and then at the end we'll do some kind of crazy out there prediction.
Well, good thing I've been taking some notes. Next year, my thought is it's going to be focused on the year of Zelda. Next year is Zelda's 35th anniversary, and after the big celebration that we had for Mario this year for his 35th, it just kind of makes sense to me that they're going to follow suit with Zelda. Well, okay, first of all, my hope is one of the big things they'll do is have Breath of the Wild 2 be the tentpole for that. I don't know when that'll come out. It's kind of sounding like after Aonuma's latest statements that it'll probably be kind of a holiday title. It sounds like they still have some more work to do, and I say take the time you need. But I'm hoping that comes out next year, and so because that would be the best way to celebrate Zelda that I could think of. And then I'm kind of thinking that they'll probably do some other games on the side as well, kind of like what they did again with the Mario celebration. One of the things that has kind of been bumping around the rumor mill is an HD remake of Skyward Sword. And I'm going to, first of all, go to my sources here, so I'm not just blowing this out my ear. I think it was Aonuma. I'm going to my source here now. During a concert for the Zelda series, and so it was a Zelda concert in Osaka, so I'm getting this from IGN. And apparently at one point he teased the audience with the following statement. He said, "I know what you are thinking. Skyward Sword for Switch, right?" Of course, Nintendo then went on to say, we have no plans to release it on Switch right now. But if anyone would not want to tease work he's not doing, it would be the director of the Zelda series, right? So, I mean, maybe that's hopeful thinking, but that's what I would think. And then there was, more recently, so this was back in August, evidently for a short time, there was a pre-order for Skyward Sword on Switch that popped up on Amazon, the Amazon UK page for a short time before it was taken down. Of course, take everything with a grain of salt, but I personally think it would be really cool to see an HD remake of Skyward Sword. I don't know how well they would do the motion controls, but you know, they use the accelerometer in the Wiimote Plus and not the IR, so theoretically the Joy-Con should be able to do the same stuff. A lot of people apparently were hoping that they'd remove the motion controls, but it kind of sounds like Aonuma has kind of nixed that, and honestly I don't know how well that would work with the game. So
it's a very integral part of the game design and the design of most of the dungeons.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they'd basically have to find some way to map it to like the right stick if they were going to remove motion controls, and I don't know how well that would work.
One prediction from Hayden, then one prediction from me.
Also didn't tell me to prepare, but me and Steve were talking the other day about the 35th anniversary, and I'm really hoping for like a 3D All-Stars sort of remaster of some of at least, if not remasters, just ports in general to the Switch, like what they did for Mario's 35th, where they took all of his mainline like platformers and put them on Nintendo Switch Online. I'm really hoping for something like that with the Zelda games, even if it's like 3 of them, if it's like all the 2D Zeldas or something like that. I'm hoping for like just a port. I'd like a more convenient way and a more easy way to play something like Minish Cap or like Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, some of my favorite games. Yeah, so that's my prediction. I'm hoping they bring something like that. I don't think that'd be too big of an ask from Nintendo for this next year. So.
No, I'd take that. It would also be really cool to see like Ocarina of Time. I mean, I know that game has been ported to every system under the sun.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on.
I mean, it's almost a guarantee. I mean, for Zelda's 35th.
So I mean, I'd love to see some Ocarina of Time on Switch, even if they just use the Ocarina of Time 3D version.
Oh yeah, just a straight port from the 3DS.
Okay, so I'm going to piggyback off of Anthony because Anthony stole mine.
Oh no!
Yeah, you did. Anthony and I are on the same wavelength here about the Zelda 35th anniversary and Skyward Sword HD coming to Switch. However, I'm going to piggyback a little bit more off that and say that Twilight Princess HD will be ported from the Wii U to the Switch, and Wind Waker HD will also be ported over to the Switch because they're done They've already been remastered. They just need to come over to Switch, and I don't know why they haven't done that already. It'd be a piece of cake. I'm predicting those two will find their way over to Switch at some point during this Zelda 35th anniversary. Anthony, your turn.
I was just going to comment on that. I was going to say that wouldn't be very surprising because, I mean, one of Nintendo's main focuses seems to be porting everything that was on the Wii U over to the Switch. Yeah, okay. So I guess we've kind of covered most of the rest of what I was thinking with the Zelda's 35th is just a lot of ports, a lot of, other side content, probably some merch. I don't know if this is a thing, but I know a lot of people have been asking for it, but it would also be really cool if maybe for the 35th anniversary that they did like a Zelda maker. That'd be pretty cool.
Dude!
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, that might not be as straightforward as making a 2D side-scrolling Mario level, but I don't feel like it would be super complex either. I mean, in some ways, they already kind of toyed with the idea in Link's Awakening remake. They didn't give you very much control over how much you could do, but it was almost like... But it kind of seemed like they were kind of dipping their toes in the water.
Yes.
So I think that would be a huge win. I know that basically every Zelda fan out there, well, it would have a strong standing with the Zelda fan base. So yes.
All right, who's it? Hayden's turn.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking a second ago about Age of Calamity. The game is sort of built for more DLC and more missions. So I could just imagine that it'd be super simple for them just to release some DLC in their big announcement. Like they're big. I know they don't want to do directs anymore, but like they're going to have videos announcing things, just like Mario's 35th had. I honestly can't imagine them not announcing DLC for that game, whether it's a new character, a couple new missions, all that. I'm still playing through it, but I would love to have something to look forward to after I'm done playing.
I could see them doing that for sure. The one other Hyrule Warriors had the DLC in that game as well and added a lot more content to it. I could see them doing that for sure. Moving on, I'm going to give mine. Anthony, you kind of took my crazy prediction of Zelda Maker already.
Oh, ha!
That was my crazy out there prediction. That's okay.
Well, hey, actually, maybe just tack that on for me too, because that one is kind of out there. There you go. See, covered after all.
But I will say that it is time. It is time. We got Mario Kart 9.
Yeah.
Oh.
They've been playing with Mario Maker 8 Deluxe and Mario Kart 8 for years. It's been years now. They've
2014
got to be cooking something in the oven right now.
I think it was 2014 that Mario Kart 8 came out.
Oh my God.
The original.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Like,
it's crazy that they're still making money off that game.
No, yeah, it's like the third best-selling. I think it's in the top 3 best-selling Switch games.
It is the top selling.
It's the top selling, really?
It's the top selling.
Yeah, I think.
So do they need to have another one? Maybe
no. Okay, so if the rumors about the Switch Pro are true, that would be the system sellers. They would have Mario Kart 9 for that. So I couldn't really see them doing Mario Kart 9 for the Switch as it stands because they are making so much money off Mario Kart 8. So Mario Kart 9, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm a massive fan of the series. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I can't wait.
Same. But it'd be awesome if it came this year.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. All right, whose turn is it now? Is Anthony's turn again?
Back to me, and Hayden kind of touched on my next point. I think that my other prediction for next year is that we are at least going to hear some news about the Switch Pro, the Switch 2, whatever you want to call it, if it doesn't release next year. Now, I think there's a lot of suspicion around that March 31st date because they've been making it seem really auspicious. I mean, with how they're no longer distributing Mario 35, whatever that game is, and then also Super Mario 3D All-Stars. It just kind of seems like there's a lot of things pointing to, something kind of big happening, and maybe I'm just kind of blowing out my ear here, but I think after all the news that we've been seeing, and I call it news because, yeah, a lot of it has been rumors, but there's been some news as well with regards to them working on something. I'll point to that FCC filing they put in place that we talked about several episodes ago, which to me kind of seems like some pretty conclusive evidence that something is in the works. And then also the rumors that Nintendo has been asking their developers to make their games 4K ready. I mean, maybe that's just a super big red herring that we're all just really hoping for. But then you tie that into the fact that NVIDIA just announced their DLSS architecture, or their new chips, which could totally make that possible. I mean, with resolution upscaling, that's totally something that, I mean, I read something about how they were able to upscale like 4K all clear up to 8K. And sure, it's not native, but I mean, that's not important to me. If it looks like 8K, then cool, you know? I mean, I'm not going to be like, well, it's not native, you know, or anything like that. So, you know, I mean, all of these things seem like little breadcrumb hints that, yeah, still take with a massive grain of salt. But the fact that they're all kind of coming together to form, you know, a realistic groundwork for this rumor actually being possible is kind of making me really hopeful. So one way or another, I'm hoping that we're going to actually hear some solid news from Nintendo about it next year. So anyway, that's my prediction. You know, I'm not going to hold my breath that it's going to necessarily come out next year or even come out early next year. That would be amazing. But I think it exists, and I think we're going to hear something about it sometime next year. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Hayden?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This was less a prediction, more something I'd love to see. I remember hearing a little bit of a rumor a couple months ago, I guess, at this point. But I'm a super big fan of the NES Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic, and I would love to see them make a GameCube Classic. I remember seeing stuff on them patenting new GameCube logos, those GameCube controllers, and also the actual logo of the box and the cube. I remember them patenting that a while ago. But other than that, I haven't really heard any rumors. I'm a massive fan of the other two mini consoles they released, and I would love to see them bring light to some GameCube classics.
Agreed. Just don't make it 21 games only, Nintendo. You gotta give us a little bigger library.
I would take 25. 25 is a good number.
That is a pretty good number.
They should just start making those, like, they should add more going forward. It's kind of funny that you can only buy a certain set and that's it.
Yeah.
Agreed. That'd be awesome if they had their own little ecosystem. Okay, so here's another one of my predictions. We will be getting a Metroid Prime 4 trailer this year at either E3 or the Game Awards. However, it is not done cooking, and it's going to be releasing in 2022. But we'll get to something of it this year.
I don't know, Steve. 2022 might be a little too
early. I agree, but we'll go fingers crossed.
One can always hope.
But we'll at least see something of it this year.
I'd love that.
Anthony?
You know, I think you've kind of exhausted my predictions. Those are, I think, mostly what I think they're going to focus on is Zelda, the new Switch release, and hopefully, you know, some extra games here and there as well. But beyond that, I don't really have anything more substantial to add.
Hayden?
I feel the same as Anthony.
All right, I will wrap out of mine then. We're going to get the Metroid Prime trilogy late spring, early summer 2021.
I like that idea.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
It's been rumored that it's been done for a long time, but I don't know if, you know, it might be stomping a little bit too much on the Zelda 35th anniversary, but we need some more Metroid, Nintendo, and now's a good time. Please.
You know,
especially in the spring summer.
This is also Metroid 35th.
That's right.
Oh, yeah!
Wait a minute.
Metroid Prime trilogy, anyone? Hey, that just substantiates my claim. Thanks, Hayden. And Anthony. We're doing that. So they can't overshadow Metroid too much with Zelda. Come on, you gotta balance it. These are my two favorite franchises from Nintendo. Mario, Zelda, Metroid. Top three. So give it to me, Nintendo. Slap me in the face with this awesomeness. And then on top of that Metroid Prime trilogy releasing, there was, not that long ago, we were hearing rumors of a 2D Metroid for Switch. It was very heavily rumored and then all of a sudden disappeared. I think we're gonna find out what it is. Yeah.
No, it's, you know, I'm starting to wonder now that we've made that point, because I hadn't realized that.
Like, I think there's more predictions now. Let's hear it, man.
Well, I don't know if I have predictions, but it just makes me hopeful that maybe they've got a dual celebration planned for next year. I mean, I think Zelda is probably going to take the spotlight because it's a much bigger franchise.
Unfortunately.
I would put Zelda above Metroid in my first opinion, but
ice water, Ant.
Ice water, what?
Walking on ice.
Your face is walking on ice. But Metroid is right after that. I'm very, very, very fond of the franchise. But I would, now that we know that it's 35th as well, I kind of hope they've got something planned there. So maybe we really will see the Prime trilogy next year. And what better way to celebrate the franchise than to give us news about Metroid Prime 4. I think your predictions regarding Metroid have been given some extra flesh there, Stephen.
That's what I'm talking about. And I have one more. Does anyone else have any crazy predictions, or is it just me?
I think it's just.
I have one more crazy prediction out there.
One more crazy prediction.
Splatoon 3 coming to Switch. I don't know if it's going to necessarily come next year, but it'll be showcased at E3 or the Game Awards, and we'll be getting it 2022. Splatoon 3 coming to Switch Pro. Yeah, another system seller, because we'll get Mario Kart 9 for the Switch Pro, and we'll get Splatoon 3 Switch Pro and Breath of the Wild 2. Oh my gosh, guys.
That would be a pretty solid
That'd be a solid lineup right there.
Mhm.
You heard it here first. Hashtag Steve's right. I'm just
Hopefully we don't have to make another video later down the line where we make fun of that.
We will.
Nice, Steve being
We
wrong.
will, probably.
That would be awesome, though.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys? I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, I think that's everything from me.
All right, guys, we heard it here first. Let us know down in the comments below what your predictions are for the 2021 year. And let us know if you think we're just crazy off the wall wacky, or if you think we're right on par with what's going to go down.
At the very least, we've got our fingers crossed pretty hard for all that.
All right, well, you heard it here first, guys. And until next time.
Keep it nerdy.